Hello and welcome to another episode of Top Deck, the series where we take a look at some of the leading TCG deck lists. So today we have a 3-time topping OTS deck list. This is from Dylan. This is obviously true Draco. So he went to 3 OTS events this weekend. He got first, and third. So only a single loss from this weekend. And we'll put the matchups up in just a little bit. As per usual, we'll run through the deck list, talk a little bit about some of the cards that are involved, talk about the matchups, and get Dylan on to have a chat about the deck. So we start off with double Masterpiece, 1 Ignis, double Majesty Maiden, triple Amano Wawato, triple Demise, triple Terraforming, triple Duality, 1 Stormforth, triple Heritage, triple Draco Phoenix, triple Diagram, double Waterfall's pretty cool, 1 True King's Return, double Monarch's Erupt, triple Anti-Spell, triple Draco Apocalypse, 1 Imperial Order, 1 Skill Drain, and 1 Judgment. For the side, double Sphere Mode, and the 1 Immortal Phoenix to go with that, double Zephion, 1 Maiden, 1 Raigeki, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Monster Reborn, triple Evenly, and triple Iron Wall. So just quick comments on the deck. I think the choice of Waterfall over additional monsters is a good shout. It means that when you demise, you don't draw into additional monsters, so you can just draw into the trap and set it, and carry on with your turn basically, which is pretty cool. So the matchups will come up on the screen now. You can see that his only loss was actually to World Chalice, which I believe was more to do with interactions as opposed to the World Chalice being a particularly strong matchup against this. I think generally True Draco tends to win that, but I think he got a bit unlucky with that one. So with that all done and said, let's get Dylan online and have a quick chat. Hi Dylan, how's it going?
Hi, I'm great, thank you.
Great. Congratulations on double first place and third place as well.
Thank you.
Very strong record. So you only actually had one loss from this weekend, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really strong record, and great deck to go with it as well.
Yeah, I feel quite strong with it. I played it during Spiral Format. I topped a previous event in there as well. Losing 1 game to Spiral, but I opted to finally start playing the demand to this wider current format, especially with the introduction of a man, because I can't play on my own term without having to worry about anything.
Yeah, I think it's such a strong card because hand traps were so prevalent.
Yeah,
and even now that you have so many interrupts that come around, like Vortex Dragon and things.
Yeah, with the vortexes and everything, it just kind of means I've been hit with the full, like the pendulum lock, so to say, when they've got the Naru or the vortex, and it's like, I can't do literally, and if they have a hand trap in hand, you just can't do anything. So I feel like if I don't up going into game, like going into the same, it's literally hoping I can play my opponent's turn then to try and bait out the little things. Yeah,
I think having it in the deck is certainly a way to allow yourself to keep playing the game when in previous situations you just wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah, especially with obviously before I activate Terraform, get hit with withdrawal past.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It must have been a nightmare beforehand with Trickstar and things when they had so many hand traps.
It used to be one of the harder matchups just for the simple fact. Candina would destroy you with the amount of spells you're activated, but if they hit you with the reincarnation at the right time, it felt like an instant game. You didn't have enough recovery to come back from anything. Same with Evenly Match is another nightmare of a... I feel like Draco is such a powerhouse deck. It's one of the only decks in the current format that once it feels like removed, it's too difficult to grind back. Which is probably one of the other reasons why I feel like Iron Wall has.
Having the Iron Wall available definitely helps out with a lot of matchups as well.
Yeah, especially around here, around my locals and stuff, and around with a lot of here. One of the more popular decks is the current 60-card Zombie Swarm. And the easiest way to counter it is literally try to hit you with the grass or normal. As soon as you flip the Iron Wall, instantly shut down the full snow player you hit down the. And it may like have to literally go straight for that. As soon as you take the tornado out of the pick, they're literally on their back. So it allows you to play a lot more aggressive.
Plus, your deck has a lot of ways to out the tornado.
Yeah.
At an early stage.
In the early game, I feel like I've got the most resources. I do kind of struggle a bit. And 4-10-5. I feel like normally I'm on the front foot and I've normally got the game kind of. I'm just like 1, maybe 2 attacks away from ending everything.
So with the deck, are there any choices that you made that you think are particularly unusual, or is it all pretty much standard? I don't know how often we've seen anti-spell in the main deck, but maybe that's becoming the norm now.
The reason I played the anti-spell in the main is I built my deck for going first. Going into my opponent's turn, I like to build it so I can use to monsters and traps. So the only real big out is that one of Regeki, that Dark Hole. And what a lot of people now are playing is like the likes of Mine. And there's nothing worse than to mind control to watch you get hit off for an undercut. So I feel like anti-spell is another way to shut down my opponent. So if they have to go like say set 3, set 4 to go for the pen, it's 2 pops straight away. You're going to pop one with your masterpiece. You can pop another one, just say tributing over you, and then going into your back row left.
Yeah. And does the waterfall help out with the grinding then? Because you managed to accumulate slightly more resources. Yeah,
if you don't get the maiden going first, and you've got it's basically treating us like I feel like it's straight the 3rd and maybe 4th maiden, because a lot of builds either play 2 Amano and or 3 maiden and 2 or 3 Amano and 2 maiden. I don't like the high monster count. There's nothing worse than resolve and drawing 3 monsters and just looking at.
Yeah, definitely. Would you consider something like Desires within the deck or not?
I've tried Desires. There's nothing better than drawing like an additional 2. With such a low monster count, I feel like it's just a little too risky. Because if you lose one, even if you lose 1 mark, you do struggle. Like, I prefer having 1 in the grave, having 1 in hand, or 1 in field that's immunity, and just rotating them through. And if you're going to push for the late game to end like things, Disciples like shuffle them back in just to then get it out with the diagram. Just let you push for that extra damage. I might contemplate playing it with Desires again. If I was going to play the Desires, I might probably drop the Duality and Heritage to 2. Because Duality is probably Heritage is probably the only true Draco card you don't always resolve for its maximum efficiency.
Are there any changes that you think you'd make to the deck apart from if you were testing out Desires? You know, is there anything that underperformed and you'd like to switch it out?
The only card I always hum and ha is is like some animal, but it's the only card there. Because there's so many prominent decks with especially Brilliant prominent. As soon as you flip that, knowing that you're putting initial resources just to try and get I'd possibly change it to 2 in the main and playing the 1 Imperial Iron Wall. Because there's nothing worse than going into the deck and see this. Because Snow is the 1 card that ruins this deck.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Other than that, as far as I've played with and everything with my friends and around me, it's been absolutely fun.
Great, okay. And if we quickly go over the side deck as well. Yep. So, I assume Sphere Mode doesn't really conflict with anything because you have the all the spells and the traps to tribute.
Yeah,
so that's fine.
The in the Time Maiden. Just for them, like, if you're scared of the extra back row of the twin twisters and things, because you've got your initial 2-star normals, you can literally sack them up and get rid of the Zaphion. It's just initial draws. Obviously they're just clear boards, evenly matches there because of the certain match. Iron Wall for the 60 card bills, and then just 3 of the strongest spell.
Yeah. How did you find Reborn worked out? Yeah.
I barely sided into it, to be fair. There wasn't many decks where I felt like it was, but the games I did side it in, it was to bit out things like so it's before, like, if I drew it when I was going second for 6th card, I'd activate early, target Snow, and then I'm like, right, I've now got no disruption. As soon as that Snow is on field, if I don't have the mana in hand, just means they've had to waste it. Summon it, they couldn't flip anything. They've summoned their Spirit Master from the Solitaire, and I'm now free to... but I never really target to take the boss monsters or anything. It is mainly for the Snow matchup, because it's just that 4th Iron Wall, so to say, because it gets rid of the Snow.
Mm-hmm. So, does that mean you didn't bring it in the ABC matchup then? Did you think it was not necessary?
In the ABC matchup, the games were really quick.
Okay.
He got hit with anti-spell, so he couldn't Union Hanger or anything, and he just got...
Right.
Game 2, he opened up really strong and boarded me, as well as making an ABC.
Yeah.
But then game 3, it was just another whitewash again. He got hit with the Iron Wall and the spell. Yeah. Like, it's a deck I've been playing for a while, and I just feel like over time it just got stronger. The only thing I am hoping for, any Draco players, we just want the Dynamite Knuckle, just to search the traps. I could never complain.
Yeah. Do you think it's good enough with True King's Return at 1 to get Dynamite back?
I'm happy with Return at 1. It's a really strong card, but I would happily take Knuckle at 1. I'd then I'd drop the Amano Watto to 2, and I'd play the 1 Knuckle as well. Because Knuckle's just... I feel like the traps are stronger than the...
Yeah. Yeah, and again, as you said, you don't want to resolve Demise drawing into that additional monster.
Yeah. So I'd never increase the monster count in the deck. I feel like 8 is that one number.
Yeah, I think because you only really want to see 1 in your hand, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe 2.
The most monsters I'd ever want to see in my opening hand is 2, is the and most probably the Majesty. If not the Maiden, then just the Ignis. I never want to see Masterpiece. Masterpiece is this deck's.
Yeah.
As dodgy it is to say, it is a card you always want to search.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the only one that doesn't really generate the advantage, right, from the True Draco lineup.
There's everything in your opponent's turn, but there's nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Are there any shout-outs you want to make, or anything else you want to mention about the deck?
Recommend Draco. It's hard as matchup card, but once you put in all the daft little techs, it makes the deck so much bigger. And I'd like to leave a shout out to the boys at the locals who've helped me test the deck for the last few months. Daniel Kempen, Craig Waller, and Alex Ox.
Great. Okay. Well, thanks very much for coming on, Dylan.
No, that's been great. Thank you.
Good luck in future events. Congratulations on an amazing record for the last weekend. And hopefully we'll see you again.
Aye, you too, boy.
Thanks for watching this episode of Top Deck. If you have any comments or suggestions that you would like to make, leave them in the comment section down below. Check out the description for details of how you can get involved in this series. You can enter by voice interview, or instead you could just send all of your information over Facebook Messenger. Anything like that will be absolutely fine. If you want to see anything in particular from the upcoming series, then be sure to get in touch, and I'll see you guys in the next video.